Filson's collection, called the Shelby Bruin Papers, which Sue donated. UK's collection, the Shelby Family Papers, donated by Judge Sam Wilson. The UK papers are more related to the family of Major Thomas Hart Shelby. Filson's papers is more related to the family of General James Shelby. Most of what your mom's stuff has in there with Shelby stuff is related to the family of General James Shelby. And so what I think would be a decent idea is to take everything that's Shelby related to the general, send to Filson, and Kincaid, because there's a Kincaid collection at UK and they have the other 5 diaries, I think it might be better to send the Kincaid stuff to UK and the Shelby stuff to Filson.
And that's exactly what I was thinking a while ago.
Yeah.
Plus, I also think that the Kincaid stuff is more likely to be looked for here in Fayette County.
Because it's more related.
In Lexington, not in Louisville.
And I wouldn't want to split up the diaries if 5 are at UK.
That really bothers me.
Yes.
And they even said, why did people split up those letters?
I know.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to convince. But and that way we're A, making both places happy, and B, I think it's the best option.
Do you think you could get some sort of an internship or a credit?
I think I definitely could at UK.
Yeah,
and if
Filson.
if Filson gives me what I want to publish an article.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
I thought it'd be the best of both.
I think so. We can make both places happy, and I get happy from both of them.
You could be involved with both.
Yes.
Which you're going to need to do if that's what you want to be when you grow up, right?
And what that would involve is my best estimate is 40 to 50 letters in those boxes that are related to the Shelbys that I think would go to UK. I mean, not UK, Filson.
To Filson.
And then what that would entail is we could go through it. I would get acid-free boxes and folders, and as we go through, I could read you written by whom, the date, to whom. You could type that up. We could itemize it, and then once we have that done, that's when we send it to UK.
And then we've done half their job. Filson. And then we've done half that job, so they get it out faster.
Yes, and while we do that, as you're typing, I can scan, and we can send to Sue, who will transcribe. And then the 40 to 50 letter collection that Filson would have is very manageable. If we have the transcripts, then we send those over with the letters, and they could have that up in no time. And then it's the UK diaries, in letters, which would take longer. But what UK is offering is me to do the 3 credit hour class, where I could spend more time and be involved in it. And then I can keep it under my thumb, so I see what's going on. And so I think that's the best of both worlds.
That's what I was thinking while we were talking.
Yes. And so obviously we'll talk to your mom, talk to Elizabeth, and see what they think also. But now we've gotten a feeler, we've gotten information from both places. Now it's just deciding what to do moving forward.
They didn't totally rule out on loan.
No, they didn't, like UK did. They said we discourage.
Yeah. So I think we had some bargaining room if there were an item or two that we wanted to do that with, right?
Yes.
Like some of the object things, maybe.
And I think the roll of wallpaper I'd really like to keep here, but the detached piece we can send to them.
Absolutely.
And then
there's a sample. The roll.
And then there's some other objects in there, like I pointed out the roll thing that came out of something.
The
and then
thing,
and then it's just a matter of going through and figuring out everything in there and writing down on the backs of everybody who everyone is.
Do you think Sue would be happy with that arrangement?
I think so. She and I talked about this, and that was one of our ideas also. Okay. We talked about a bunch of different ideas of what to do, and that was one of the ones that we